Alright, so here we are again, taking way too much time, but we're going to learn this. Now you know that this is the barred short pattern stack, where we're just using this stack of 2 long, 3, 5, 6 root, and stack of 3 long, 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2. Okay, the stack of 3 short is 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2. These are the pentatonics, these are the diatonics. You use this one when you're doing open strings. So if I capo here and I want to do an E scale, alright, or even an E pentatonic, but mostly an E scale, I'd have to start on the R there. So it'd be R, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where do you go from there? Who knows? Look up here, 5, 6. You've going away from this fret nut now. You have 1 fret to work with, so you can go 5, 6, 7 now. You can get the 7 right there. That was really vibrating. So so remember, you know, these are the patterns, but we can work with just these 2. All right. And now let's go over to the real one. So we have these patterns can be put together and make a whole fretboard out of just those patterns. It doesn't matter where you start. You can start a pattern anywhere. 3, 5, 6 root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, warp up 7 root 2, root. What key was that? E flat. Sounds like grandfather clock. Okay, so you know how in tune they are. So what I did was I made a whole fretboard so I could see these patterns real easy. Real easy. Okay, so we got, here's an S2L. 3, 5, 6 root. Okay, here's an S2S down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2. What's on top of that is an unwarped S3L right there. Because you know 7 root 2 goes directly under 3, 4, 5. And over here, remember, we've got the luxury of an unwarped fretboard. So now we know we have another S3L on top of that. And 2, 3, 4 goes directly over 6, 7 root. You see how easy it is? But when we warped these guys, let me show you. Alright, I'm going to do a little trick for you now. Okay? So, we're going to lose the drawing tool, but it's still on. Actually, it was off. This is just an image of the drawing tool. Now we can adjust the drawing tool. So we made our patterns. You see we got S2L on the bottom, S3L on the top. Alright, and we, you know, so they're good on paper. You just put these things together no matter what. They're all over the place. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 root 2. They're all there with all P4 tuning. But what happens is what we do to the guitar in real life, and I'll tell you the reason why I think this is. Okay, so we're going to warp the whole thing over, the whole top 2 strings, and I'll show you what it looks like right after we have circled these things out. You see how these squares that were squared and connected before, they're now like staircase, or this is like an L7 or something, you know, they're like L-shaped or something like that. So if I like draw a little line, you know, oh, that's not the drawing tool. They become warp shaped. So if we put the drawing tool up, I want to draw a line a little bit like that. This is how they become. They become strange shapes like this. But these are the shapes of the scales on the guitar. See how they become warped? It becomes more like a backwards 2 or something, and this one, You know, you just use your imagination, but you can see, anytime you see them marching over the fretboard like that, like they're, you know, they're some kind of shape, that means it's been warped over. So in the D shape, characteristic of a D, you see this 5 root 3? That's a D shape. Easy D shape right there. 5 root 3. D minor. But that's your D shape right there. When you do a D pentatonic, you're going 2, 3, so we're going to start on the second of D, which is E. We're going to go. Now it comes up. That's where you get that R in the lead, and then you go back to what's on top of that, okay, which is an S3L right there, 2, 3, 4. Goes back to P4 tuning. So R is going to go to 4 again, P4 tuning once again. You just don't play that fourth in that pentatonic. You wouldn't go. Sorry. Unless you want to just make it musical like that. Well, one good note gets canceled out by a bad one. Isn't that a shame? So that's that. But that was just an image that I manipulated. Okay. Remember, it really looked like this at first. Okay, and then negate the drawing tool, and this, we're back to our original situation, where we have pretty much what looks like a pattern stack like this. That's pretty much what we've got. Why is this so tall and the guitar fretboard is only 6? Well, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It repeats. There's your 6. It repeats after 6. So that's good. 6, 2, 5, 7, 3, 6. Okay, it repeats after 6. 2 repeats after 6. 5 repeats after 6. 7 repeats after 6 strings. It just shows you the versatility of it. You could start it anywhere. So, it doesn't matter where you start it. Now let's look at the bottom one here. We can't really get this here. This is our keyboard. And these are the, this is the regular warped fretboard. So root is going to go to a third. See how this AG, this is the AG shared root, it goes to a third. Okay, so we have our A box here. Not our A box here. A. Whoop, we got a line there. Okay. Here's our A box. This is the ADE box. This says CAR, car. What it means is this is a C root, a root from the C-shaped box, and this is also a root from the A-shaped box. Well, notice the A-shaped root is on the A string. The second string from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth string from the top is the A string, no matter what. No matter what note you're playing on it, it's still called the A string. That way we got some kind of agreement on it. That's so that root is on the A string, it's the A root, but it's also the fingered C root. And in the A box, the fingered A root is here, but it's also on the G string because it's the barred G root. So this is what a little background. We talked a lot about this on yesterday's lesson. So over here we have the different tripentatonic boxes. These are the top and the bottom strings of those boxes, literally, no matter what the key.